Okay, so I'm back. Another video. Anyway, this is where I always go hiking. If I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's rocks littered everywhere. It comes from the lake bed, a river that feeds into the lake actually. And I find mostly petrified. I find a whole lot of quartz. Tons of quartz. There's a quartz. Tons and tons of quartz. Um, Not all of it is the clearest, best grade, but I have a ton of it. And you probably heard that, get this stone or that stone, it'll help you in your healing. And they were right. It has immensely helped me. In fact, turns out that petrified wood is very healing. And I have a ton of it. I had one piece that I kept outside, and I brought it in and washed it really good. And I put it in my bathtub when I was taking what they call a spiritual bath, believe it or not. I actually broke down and did that, and it helped me immensely. And it will help you, because if you're absolutely going stark raving mad and you don't want to believe the things that are apparent, the things that happen to you in your life that you refuse to look at, then you need to heal, because that's what I needed to do, and it seems to be right along the lines of what people need to do when they're going through these awakenings. Healing is key. It is absolute key. Oh, nice one. Absolute key to helping you get through this. A lot of times, believe it or not, and I know this is going to sound unbelievable, because there is no amount of money in the entire world that could have ever made me take that journey. No amount of money in the entire world could have ever made me face the things that I had to face when I was awakening, but it just might be that there's a rainbow at the end. It's not a rainbow per se, believe me, because like I said, no amount of money in the history of man could have ever gotten me to take that path. Only one thing got me to take that path, and that was love. They used the love I had for another, and you'll find that the love you have for another isn't always the love that they have for you, even though you would fight to your death to believe so. That's not always the case. At least in mine, it wasn't the case. It was heart-wrenching, devastating. It was, in every way, shape, and form, just degrading, humiliating. And then to find out that they not only do they not love you, they wish harm on you, they want to hurt you. Now, that one took me a few months of every day in my face, looking right at me to swallow, because I wasn't believing that either. No way would he ever want to hurt me. All I was ever doing was loving and kind and good to him. Why would he ever want to hurt me? Well, you'll learn. If your awakening is anything like mine, and I'm not trying to push anything down anybody's throat saying yours should be like mine or anything else, because they're all different. Every single one of them are different. They're all very, very different. And it goes on and on and on. It seems to never end. 3 or 4 months into it, I thought this has got to stop. This has got to end. The fact that I was fighting it so hard, so disbelieving, so ready to fight. I would fight as opposed to do anything else, because that's what I knew. Turns out, that's what I always had to do. Turns out, looking back, I fought for everything. Every scrap of anything I ever had, I fought for. I fought hard. I fought to the end. I fought to the death for everything I had. I never realized that, but it's true. I fought for everything that I had. Even my sanity was hard fought for, because looking back, there's no reason I should have been sane through any of this. Really, absolutely no reason I should have been sane for a minute through all of this. It's heart-wrenching. I do believe that my sister, the covert narcissist who was so well respected in town, who built her business off my back, blood, sweat, and tears, and then mimicked me after I finally left there, I do believe that she is going to be going to prison. I believe that my ex-boyfriend, who turned out to be her lover, and she sent him over just to get close to me, just to be able to control me throughout my awakening. Because my whole family was in on this. You're not going to believe this, but truly, my whole family. It seems that they came into this lifetime knowing exactly what their purpose was. Whereas I am still not quite sure what my purpose is. All I know is I want to help other people who are going through the same thing that I was going through. That's all I know. And I don't know any way to do it. I don't even know if I'm going to figure out how to upload these stupid videos, but I'm going to try. I'm going to really put forth my best effort this time, because it's not the first time I've made a video and tried to upload it. But anyway, I'm older, and that made it harder for me, I think. And I don't know about anybody else, but you know, I had a lifetime of crap to unload, to sift through, to sort out, to realize what exactly was that? You know, what was that? Things that I've always questioned. Why was I sick? Every day during first grade, I couldn't even go out to recess, the first recess. I would sit by the teacher's door and wait for her to come back to open the door, because I didn't feel good. I was very ill. And I'd tell her I didn't feel good. She'd tell me to go down to the nurse's office, and I would. And I'd lay down for a while, and I'd never really feel good. But my parents were always working, so I would go back to class eventually. And, you know, that was just my day. And I've asked my mom so many times why that was. What was wrong with me? She said, I don't know. Well, they said that I should take you to a shrink or something. And I said, well, why didn't you? Oh, no, that wasn't necessary. Turns out my mother was poisoning me. Turns out I was gifted, and she didn't want me to know it. She didn't want me to do well in school. Probably she didn't want me to live, from what I hear. But, you know, no one likes to admit that shit. That's for real. No one likes to admit that. So, here I am, telling you all about it, because this is my day. This is how I survive. If y'all want some petrified, maybe you can, I'm going to try to set up an Etsy shop, believe it or not. However that goes. And if by the time I get this video online, I have an Etsy shop, I guess I'll put it in the description box. Anyway, if anyone can relate, and if anyone needs to talk, if anyone is out there, so to speak, you know, hit me up. I'll put my number in the box. Anyway, this is where I hike. It's my playground. Over there is Antelope Island. It's an island, big island. And I got a paddleboard. I go over there sometimes with my dog, and we camp out for the night and play. It's beautiful. It's fun. And I'm not afraid to do it by myself, really, because, and you probably heard yourself, you're protected. Going through this awakening is nothing easy. And you lash out, and you go through things, and God knows you need to be protected, because when people start realizing that you are awakening, the attacks get more fierce from more people. They did for me. And I kept hearing, you know, you're being gang stalked, and I would be looking around, but if you're hearing that and it rings true for you, don't question it. It's true. You are. If you don't see them, it doesn't mean you're not being gang stalked. I mean, my across the street neighbor and 2 trailers around the corner from me were family of my ex's. He was having them watch me. He had my trailer bugged. Cameras. Horrible, horrible, horrible situation for almost, well, for a year, because they're still there and I can't seem to find them to get them out of there. I don't even know what to do about any of this. I'm being called to do something about it, but I don't know what to do, to tell you the God honest truth. So I was planning on just walking away from there, just getting in my car and driving, even though I really don't have much in the way of means. And I don't know how to go about proving that my mother stole my inheritance, that my sister, you know, is doing the things she's doing, that, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to go about doing that. I keep hearing that it's going to come to light, but how that would ever happen, I don't know. And from what I hear, I'm not supposed to know. It's none of my business. Just know that it will. But it's been a long time. I mean, a very long time since my grandmother died. I accused but when I saw it in the astrology chart, when I felt it right in my gut, and then I saw it in the astrology chart, I flew off the handle, and I called my mother and I told her I knew what she was up to, because I knew it was true. I've always known it was true. I was just too afraid to say anything. Well, I probably flew off the handle a little too soon, because hanging back and getting some more information, like my birth date, would have been nice, because me being into astrology, knowing my birth date would have been awesome. But, you know, I can see 1,000 other ways I could have played it, where I might have ever found out my birth date. But now I'm just trying to figure it out astrologically, listening to forecasts, trying to decide what's right, what's wrong. Watching aspects in the sky. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out that way. But anyway, I'll make another video. You guys gotta love this place. I gotta find my dog. Talk to you later.